Yeah, I don't know what it was. I think he had a compass and he was like poking me with it or something like that. Like I was like, bro, like what are you doing? And he was kind of scary as well, low key, because he punched people.
Okay. Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Apex podcast, where you see your favorite leaders talk about serious topics and have a lot of fun while doing it. And I am your host, Bossman Luke. You know me as Kieran, but I prefer to be called Bossman Luke.
Sorry. My name's Evans, and I think Jesus is cool.
I'm Abi, and I'm a uni student.
Ooh, let's go, guys. So let's start off with a little bit of a quiz, because I believe I'm in the presence of two smart leaders here. So I thought we should put it to the test right about now, shan't we? With a bit of trivia.
Okay.
Yeah,
that sounds
That'll
good.
be fun.
Yeah. So, have you got any sounds that you would like to use for your buzzers?
Gosh.
Buzz.
Wank, wank.
Go for the classic.
Okay. So yeah, let's see the sounds again.
Buzz.
For sure.
Wank, wank.
All right. So let's get into the first question. The first question we have is, who painted the Mona Lisa?
Wank, wank.
I had the biz first.
Okay.
This could be embarrassing.
Wait, did you just buzz without?
Yeah. Oh no,
my
this
gosh.
is really embarrassing. Van Gogh. Oh, that's really embarrassing.
Is it me by default? Or are you playing?
Well, yeah. So I'm not playing. I'm not playing. So you have to give me the answer. It's your opportunity.
I feel like this should be easy.
It's not Monet. It's what's his name? No, it should be. Easy. I don't know what it is.
easy.
It's not Michelangelo.
This is so bad.
I actually don't know.
You built us up too much, Kieran.
This is poor. Like, how are these guys gonna buzz?
I know.
Without actually knowing the answer. Like,
what
guys,
is it?
it
Just
was Leonardo da Vinci.
Okay, yeah.
I was
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio,
Oh,
but
wow, man.
he's a film star, so move on.
Yeah, okay then. Second question. What is the name of the largest ocean on Earth?
Bzz. Atlantic.
Bzz, bzz. I mean, wah. You said Atlantic, the Pacific.
Correct.
Get in.
1-0 Evans.
Thank you very much.
It's 1-0 Evans. After that embarrassing art question, so I feel like that was a good answer there. Third question. In what galaxy is our solar system located?
Milky Way.
Yes, the Milky Way. 1-0. Finally, 1-0. And we've got two more questions, guys.
Okay.
What is the main ingredient in the dish sushi? Or the biz keeps going.
I shouldn't have chosen this sound.
Rice.
It is rice.
Yeah, it's the main.
Okay, true.
Okay, right.
I'm thinking fish.
Fish.
I mean,
well,
yeah,
you say sushi, you think of fish straight away.
that is true.
Fair. All right. And then the fifth question. Oh, my favorite question as well. Which geometric shape has 4 equal sides and 4...
No, wait till the question's finished. Come on.
Come on, like...
4 equal sides.
You did there was a second part to it. What's the second part?
Like... Do you want me to finish it?
Yeah, I
Finish it,
do.
finish it.
I do.
Do you want for that?
got-
For that, yeah, I'm gonna just say the question again. Which geometric shape has 4 equal sides and 4 right angles? I want to keep this interesting, you know. Like,
A square?
I want to keep
square?
2-2. So obviously,
It could have been a rhombus if they weren't right angles.
Okay,
Just so you know.
So yeah, so obviously, we need to decide this with a game of rock paper scissors. Yes, rock paper scissors, because it's 2-2.
Do you do scissors, paper, rock?
Whatever pleases you both.
The Australian way.
Yeah.
Are we going on like shoot or?
Yeah. Let's go with shoot.
Or should we do like 3 consecutive wins?
No, I think we should do best of 3. You know them way there. So, yeah, best of 3.
Yeah, but are we going on shoot?
Yeah, shoot.
Okay.
So,
cool. I'm putting the mic down.
Yeah. So you ready? No, we're doing the normal because but I'll get confused myself.
Okay.
Right. Rock.
Oh wait, on shoot, right?
Yeah, it's on shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. 1-0. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. And Abi wins. So Abi wins 2-0. So Evans. Obviously you lost. But unfortunately you're not getting off that lightly.
Oh.
There is a very important forfeit that you have to do. Unfortunately for losing the trivia. Bring the forfeit.
I feel like there should be music. Like.
Oh gosh.
What
What is that? Lemon juice?
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Lemon juice, brown sauce, malt vinegar, and some salt. So first we add the salt.
How much? Oh! All of it!
You're actually gonna give me high blood pressure. What is this?
And then some brown sauce.
She's squeezing that out.
Hey, this is ruthless.
How do you open this?
Rest in peace, my friend.
You look so concerned.
Yes, it's not a normal drink. Oh my gosh.
I really shouldn't have added that much brown sauce, but
Such a.
I joke. Oh my days.
kind of thick.
Oh.
Wait, why did you say thick? Wait, what?
Oh, it stinks.
I can smell it. I can smell it from here.
Actually, kind of smells like honey. Smell it.
Honey?
Oh. 3, 2, 1. Fair play.
After reaction.
It's actually not bad, that.
Oh my god.
He's still got. Wait.
It's actually pretty good, that.
Honey?
That's not bad.
That's not bad. That's the first time I've heard that.
At first, you think like, oh, it's okay. Then the the lemon gets you, and you're just like, oh, okay.
Did you feel angry while drinking that? Do you feel angry right now that you had to drink that?
I can. Can I even breathe? Okay.
Well, judging by that late reaction, I'm just gonna say yes.
What was the question?
Did you feel angry that you had to drink that?
Not really.
Not really.
But it's just weird.
Right, because that actually leads on to the topic of today's podcast: anger.
Oh, did you want me to say I was angry?
I mean, I was
Did
hoping you would.
you not get the segue?
I was hoping you would, but oh well. It is
I
what
got it, Kieran, don't
Thank
worry.
you very much, Abby. Thank you very much. So yes, today's topic is about what makes us angry. Because quite frankly, right about now, what makes me angry right now is Manchester United and how awful we are. Like honestly, like we're genuinely awful. Like how. Like I'm fuming every single week.
Oh.
But what about you guys?
I was just gonna say, I think like Premier League's probably gotten to a place where like teams you thought were rubbish before like a couple of years ago are all good now. So I don't think it's that big a deal, to be honest. I mean, I'm sorry for you, but yeah, I feel like football causes a lot of stress, to be honest. I'd say like what's got me angry like recently.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Come back to me. Yeah.
Because I feel like there's like those little annoyances. Like I guess you could consider it anger. Like I don't know. Like today, I got to the train station, and as I was like running down, the train left, and the next one was in 15 minutes time,
no,
which
it's
I
one
know
of
is not
those.
that long, but for the underground, it feels really long.
TFL time is not normal time. Not
Well,
at all.
yeah, because normally it's like 2 minutes, but 15, and I was a little bit like I did that, like the sigh.
Why did you not leave early?
You know what? It's not my fault. I meant anyway. So yeah, I was a bit annoyed about that. But yeah, obviously.
Yeah, the trains are just inconsistent. Like public transport and just in general, it's just inconsistent.
Yeah, so those things can be annoying. But then there's obviously like deeper things that can make me angry too.
Yeah, I mean, back to you, Evans.
The only thing I can think of is a wet dog. Like I was, it sounds random, but like I was on the train and like I was thinking to myself like, oh, this place is maybe looking kind of packed, and then I went. It's funny how it's trains, but I was thinking of going the other way. I was like, oh, I just can't be arsed. I got on, and then the lady comes on behind with a dog, and it was raining, so I was like thinking like, oh, dog's gonna be fine. It's not gonna be that big of a deal. But the dog stank so badly. Yeah, actually, I was like, when people say you smell like a wet dog, now I understand
Now you
how it can be.
understand. Yeah.
But yeah, it was just. Don't know if that dog farted or something. it was crazy. It was crazy.
No.
But yeah, it's okay.
Oh yeah, all these things. I mean, do you guys remember that pet peeve talk we had like last week? Like, was it 2 weeks ago? The pet peeve talk.
Oh yeah, biggest
Like,
pet peeve.
The pet peeve was just so funny, man. Like honestly, I remember the time when I was just talking about how I get angry in the cinema. Like honestly, I hate it. I hate it when people talk during the cinema.
I get that.
Absolutely
I'm the same.
hate it.
I feel like a pet peeve I was thinking of it would be so bad if it led to anger. Like I can just imagine like because one of my pet peeves is people like walking slowly or
Well,
like,
I was
taking up a whole
thinking that.
row, like
The whole pavement.
Yeah, I was just thinking like if I was actually properly angry, just like smacking someone over the side of the head, like over that, I was like it's a bit much. But I'd say, yeah, I mean sometimes like, do you think that it's okay to keep in anger? Because like sometimes I feel like with annoyances or like anger, sometimes you can think to yourself like, oh, if I keep this to myself, then it's not bad. But sometimes it can actually lead to like holding on to things, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's an interesting one to be honest, because I think with you lead it so much, like, because obviously you have to hold in your anger sometimes, because like if you let it out right in front of someone, they're obviously gonna think of you like, oh, you're pathetic or something, and that's just the view I get personally. But if you're holding it in,
or the view you think of it,
yeah, if you thinking of it like you let out your anger, like it feels like you're just pathetic to like some people. But sometimes I don't think it's bad to hold in the anger, because sometimes you just don't want people to feel how you are. But sometimes if you let it in too much, then say you're in an off space, like you're in a safe space, then it just consumes you. But then you're not in a safe space, it will still consume you, and then it gets 10 times worse in that situation. Like there's been so many situations where I've probably just let it out on the wrong people because I've held it in for so long.
Yeah, so then like something small can just trigger it. Yeah, I feel like it's good to not always just when something angers you to just react and just but sometimes it is wise to just keep it in. But I do feel like you need to let it out at some point, so whether it's you're kind of venting to someone that you trust, or maybe it is even like praying. I sometimes like write things down when I'm angry, and then there's been times where I've written something down, ripped it up, thrown it in the bin, and just kind of given it to God, and that felt like it helped too. So I feel like, yeah, it's good to get it out in more of a healthier way, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
To be honest, that's actually going to lead on to the question I was going to ask about what's the best way of controlling anger.
Good job.
Yeah, because it's easy like to say now, like, oh, don't be angry. But if you're in a moment where like something has really angered you, like it's really hard. So I think that's a really good question. I think sometimes just taking a step back, like, or if somebody's really annoying me, like sometimes, I might just say to that person, like, is it all right if we just take a few minutes away from each other because we're not getting anywhere? I'm just making you more annoyed, you're making me more annoyed. Let's just take a few minutes, come back when we're not as like, yeah. So I don't know, that's what I try to do. It doesn't always happen, to be fair, but yeah.
I'd say like, I think of like 2 instances, like when I was in secondary school, where I got angry. One of them I kept it in. The other one, like, I kind of let my anger out a bit. The one where I let my anger out was I was walking home with 2 people, and I think we got into an argument about something, and like something like struck me like deep. I don't know what the person said. I can't remember it. I think maybe that kind of like leads to the fact that like sometimes anger can be sometimes silly, but yeah, he said something, and like I pushed him against like a wall, and like I held him there, and like I don't know, I was so angry. Like I can remember the kind of like emotion that I had, and like it was the kind of emotion that like if you don't have like the kind of restraint, you could actually like hurt someone like badly, and like thank goodness that like that's where it ended. I mean, I apologized to the person like I think maybe the day after or a couple days after, but yeah, if anything, I feel like if you fail to process your anger in a proper way or to contain it in a healthy way, then it can damage relationships, especially if you don't say sorry or there's no forgiveness in the situation.
Yeah, definitely. I think 100%. I think it does come down to like the best management of things. Because I remember I tried so many different techniques on how to control my anger, like count to 10, even in German one time. But even what was it? Like breathing, clenching my fist, but they wouldn't last long.
In German?
Yeah. I think that, because that was like one strategy they suggested to me, like try in German, because I was speaking at German at the time. I was doing GCSE German. Fun topic, by the way. It was a fun GCSE to take, but it was like, I think it was like a coping mechanism, but it didn't last long. But I think throughout time I've just learned to control it, and I think for me to give myself to God, because I was a very angry child before a lot of things. So I mean, through my journey with God, I've just learned to balance myself out a lot better. Yeah,
that's really cool. And I mean, it's not wrong to be angry either, like, because, even says in the Bible, in your anger, don't sin. So it's not a sin to be angry. And I think anger's sometimes the right reaction to things as well, because like if something really wrong has happened and you're like, oh, it's fine, like that's probably a bit concerning as well. So I think, yeah, it's okay to be angry, but the Bible also says don't let the sun go down on your anger.
Yeah.
And I think that's a real practical thing, because it's like, okay, God's like not like you have to deal with it straight away, forget it. Like it's like it's okay to be angry, but I mean I remember like the first time I felt God speak to me was I was like really angry and I was throwing things around my room, and that's how I was dealing with it. And then I felt like my hand kind of just grip onto like this thing around my bed. It's not like a banister, but like the thing around the. Do you get what I mean?
Do you mean
like
this? The
not that, but like something that like connected to a bed.
Oh.
Basically, my hand just gripped on it, and I just really felt God say to me, like, do not let the sun go down when you're angry. And I remember just calming down, sitting down and being like, okay, God. And then, yeah, it really helped to just like be able to be angry, but then also like, let's not hold on to it kind of thing. So, Yeah.
It's true. It kind of reminds me of like, I don't know, I feel like what you were saying, I'll come back to that first, about the whole like counting to, was it counting to 10 in German? Counting
Yeah,
down?
you counting to German and up in 10.
I think like, it's one of those like situations where they're trying to, it's probably a method to like get you to think, isn't it?
Yeah.
So then because it's like, if someone gets you to think while you're angry or emotional, it kind of stops your emotions from like working as hard. So I actually think that's actually a pretty good shout to me, so I might try that, you know. And I think what you were saying about like not like holding anger, like related to like the second story I had. I was sitting in class and there was this like kid that was like notorious for like kind of being bad. Like he got like sent out of class like a lot. And I don't know what it was. Like one time in English class, I think he was just like annoying me really badly. Like, or was it? I think in maths maybe, I can't remember. Irrelevant. But yeah, I don't know what it was. I think he had a compass and he was like poking me with it or something like that. Like I was like, bro, like what are you doing? And it was one of those like, if I'm trying to think of a kid's TV show, like if there was a Horrid Henry that would be like, oh, is it annoying you? Is it annoying you? Is it annoying you? Like he was kind of scary as well, low key, because he punched people.
Okay.
And he would like swear at teachers and stuff like that. So I wasn't easily willing to get mad at him. And at one point, like I literally felt my body temperature rise, and I was like sitting there like some like boiled potato, and I was thinking like, bruv, like what am I gonna do? And I could feel like my heart like kind of actually, I don't know, like beat like really hard. So at that point, like it almost like hurt a bit. So I feel like when you do hold things in, like you do feel it in your body as well, and it's not just a mental thing. So yeah, just adding to your like what you were saying about it's not good to hold things in. Yeah, so I want to share that from my experience.
Yeah, that's quite good, to be honest. I think also there's also cases where you've got like you get angry physically, but mentally wise, how would that look like? Like in terms of like mentally, because you're acting out physically towards someone, you're probably saying horrible things to them. It's like what they said in like Proverbs 15:2, the tongue of the wise adorns knowledge, but the mouth of the fool gushes folly. So that's obviously in their anger, they're saying things they regret instantly. And obviously that can have an effect on people mentally. And then not only them mentally, but it's also having an effect on you mentally.
Yeah.
Like, has there been a time where it's just gone so far that it's affected you mentally, that it's affected past with God, such?
What affects relationship with God?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that like for like someone that is like close to me, that I felt like they had like handled things like wrongly, and I never really thought I was the kind of person to like have a problem with unforgiveness or like anger in general, but only until when I actually like thought about it, because it was one of those things I didn't want to think about it, and until like when I started thinking about it, that's when I actually started getting angry about it. And it almost is like a kind of a weight. It's like you try to forget about it. You try to ask God to help you to forgive the situation, forgive the person. But then when you remember, it's almost like you're kind of back to square one in a sense, because you still feel it when you think about it. But I think there's a whole point about forgiveness isn't like a feeling necessarily, and that if you forgive and like you ask God to help you forgive, He will eventually help you do it. And because He empowers us to do things that we can't like do by ourselves.
Yeah.
And even recently, I asked God, because I was just thinking, I was just talking, and I was like, God, like, how do I kind of better get over the situation? And in my mind or in my heart, I felt like just say I love you to the person, and I was like, okay. And it was one of those situations where I was like, is that just my mind or is that just me? But in my heart of hearts, I knew it was God telling me, because it was something that challenged me and convicted me.
Yeah.
And it wasn't something that would, I don't know, I just knew that it was something I had to do. It's just that it was difficult for me to do. And I was like, I wanted to obey God, and I wanted the situation to improve anyway. So I was like, I'll try. I'll at least like walk close to the person and see if the situation rises back and say it. And then eventually I did. I stood there for like a good couple seconds just looking at them, and I was like, okay. And then I said it, and I was like, I felt it was almost like an instant like, I feel kind of better. Because it's like taking, I don't know, Gaviscon for like, what's it? What's the word? Like,
what,
you know when
pain,
like
indigestion?
That or something. Like you feel kind of like free. I've never taken Gaviscon in my life. I just remember the adverts, and then it's like it's the ice men or something. Taking care of the heat in your belly or something. And then the person said, they paused and they were like, oh, I love you back. And I was like, oh, cool. And it's not like everything's like, okay, hunky-dory, like in just one go, but it's a start.
That's good.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, there has been so many situations where it just happens. Like, I could take my one, for example. It's more so, because I struggle a lot with anxiety and stress, even more so, like, for example, now, or when I was in sixth form, not so much in secondary school, even though I hated secondary school, my school, pretty much. But it's more, I got so angry, but I would hold it in so much that it linked with anxiety and stress. So I was pretty much holding it in, and then because I knew God was knowing what I was going through. He already knew. The problem is he was waiting for me to share it. But the problem is I'm in the case where I hate being open. Like, I don't want to say what it means, because it's not the case of being weak or such. It's just like the words can never come out right for me. So it's generally like, why do I even try? I've been burned so many times when I've been open as well. So it's like, nah, I can't be saying any of this stuff anyway. So it's not like I'm being open with everyone or even my parents. So, and then obviously that just leads into me not being open with God. So obviously I feel like a failure on my part, if anything. Not so God, because he already knows. He's waiting for me to say it, what's affecting me in terms of what's making me anxious and angry, or what's making me stressed and angry. So, I mean, I'm still working at it now.
Yeah.
Obviously. So, I mean, it's taking it step by step, but it's like, always try to be open. Like, even if it's like a small little tiny bit, I mean, obviously, like, take it bit by bit, but always try and be open.
That's good.
And it feels like anger is just linked to so many things, like forgiveness. It can be linked to anxiety and, feeling like you have to be closed off. But, I feel like the advice, like, both of you guys have given about forgiving and also being open is something really practical for people to take away with them, I guess. So,
Yeah. Well, I've enjoyed that. How about you guys?
It was really good to talk about it.
Yeah.
I feel like there's more we could say as well.
Yeah, kind of true.
Part two? Part two, maybe?
Maybe.
Part two? I'm down for that. But guys, it has been a pleasure. I've been Bossman Luke.
I've been Evans.
I've been Abby.
Make sure to stay tuned to our social media at Apex Youth, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube as well. Make sure you subscribe, leave a comment. Should they leave a comment if they've watched the whole podcast?
Questions.
Yeah. What should they leave? What should they leave if they've watched the podcast? The full thing.
What should they leave? I don't know.
Something about the drink. I don't know.
Yeah. Evans and brown sauce. Evans and brown sauce.
You know, at some point, yeah, when you're talking after the drinking, I can feel my muscles twitching in my
Do you know what?
I can also smell it.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Actually, let's do Leonardo da Vinci, considering that you two got it wrong. Leonardo.
Moving on.
Yeah, Leonardo da Vinci. But yeah, we are wrapping up. We will see you guys for the next episode, and peace out.